My name is hbhatt. I'm the author of the Leadership Adventure, the 5 Powerful Secrets Every Leader Should Know. I am a speaker, coach and trainer on the subjects of well-being, soft skills and personal development. And in this video, I want to talk to you about how you can develop razor-sharp focus. It's so important, our ability to concentrate, our ability to focus, our ability to zero in and get the things done that we really want to get done in our life and not be distracted. You know, we live in the age of distraction, of so many things that are constantly vying for our attention. You know, it is said that at every second, and I want you to think about this, at every second, literally 11 million bits of information are coming into our brain. Like right now, 11 million bits of information. Right now, 11 million bits of information. You are constantly being bombarded with a barrage of information, and our brain can only consciously process about 40 or 50 bits of information at a time. So you're hit with 11 million bits of information every second, but you can only consciously process about 40 to 50 bits. But there's a large part of what we are being, subjected to constantly is unconscious. It's something like 99.99996% of all the information that we're taking in is unconscious. But the unconscious part of what we're bombarded with constantly has an impact upon us. And we live, as I said, in the age of distraction. So the unconscious part of our brains has an impact, absolutely, on the conscious part of our brains. And in this age of distraction, in this age of social media, smartphones, they have people, researchers and scientists working very, very hard to keep you addicted to your phone so that your attention is constantly being captivated by the next video, What can keep you scrolling and addicted to your smartphone or to that social media platform? They have people working to keep you hooked. And the reason for this is because your attention is now the new economy, the attention economy. It's where people can make money from your attention. But the impact that that has on your life and on your purpose can be very detrimental. So developing this razor-sharp focus is so important. In many cultures, they call it the monkey mind. Our mind is like a monkey, constantly distracted, constantly looking for the next thing, the next bit of stimulation. Sometimes we have vague doubts and insecurities. Sometimes we have thoughts about the past, racing thoughts about the future. We have constant worries and all sorts of things going on in our mind, in this monkey mind of ours, right? And the easiest thing in the world is for us just to be distracted. And it's so easy these days. Our phones are distractions. There's always other people's demands and needs on us as well, on what they want from us. One of my favorite quotes, and I want you to think about this quote very carefully, and it goes like this: if you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else does. Just think about that. I'll say it again. If you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else does. What does that mean? That means there's always somebody that has something that they may need from you, especially if you are like me, quite an empathetic person. If you're a kind, giving sort of individual and you want to genuinely help other people, you will have this situation in life where constantly there's somebody, as a friend, a family, a co-worker, somebody that needs your attention, somebody that needs something from you. So if you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else does. And I'm not saying it's not important to help people. Of course it is. You should help other people, but you also should learn how to actually practice focus and getting the things that you need to get done done. Very, very important. Also, we get distracted by our own mind. Our own mind has demands on us. Our mind will say, as soon as you get up in the morning, check your smartphone, check the, bing, and it means check your social, check the latest notification. Being distracted by email. So many things coming in, whether it's demands from other people or whether it's demands from ourselves and our own mind telling us, look for those easy distractions. So how do we cut through all of this? And in this video, I want to give you 3 ideas, 3 tools that you can use to sort of cut through the distraction and really get the important things that you want to get done in your life done, so that you feel better. At the end of the day, you feel better about yourself. Okay, so let's start off. Let's start off with idea number 1 for developing razor-sharp focus is value your time. Value your time. Now, I don't know what age you are. You could be a young person watching this video. You could be an older person watching this video. All of us have a very limited amount of time. Now, this is not to be too morbid or anything like that, but I just want to touch upon the subject of death. The fact that our life is finite, that this is not forever, right? And you don't have forever to achieve whatever goals and dreams and ambitions that you have for your life that will give you a sense of satisfaction, fulfillment. So you have got to have an awareness, I think, that time is limited, that we're not here forever. In many different ancient cultures throughout the world, they would look at the awareness of death as an important practice. They wouldn't look at it as something morbid or something to feel sad about, but almost to celebrate the fact that life, because it's so temporary, because it's finite, that's what makes it so precious. And when you come with that idea of that when you have that philosophy that says, wow, my time is precious, it's valuable, how can I make the most of it? Perhaps it's not spending all day watching, scrolling, dancing cats or whatever you have on various platforms, right? And it is said that now attention spans have been getting less through generation and over the generations. Since 2000 and the introduction of smartphones and social media, attention spans, research has shown that human attention span has shrunk down. And actually Gen Z, it is said, I think the research that I looked up said the average attention span of a Gen Z is about 2 minutes, right? So our attention spans are getting, our ability to focus is getting less. And how are we spending it? How are we spending our attention spans? We're spending our attention spans distracted by other people's agenda. Remember, if you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else does. And to cut through all this, we've got to have an awareness about the value of time. Okay, so I'd like to give you another idea about how you can actually develop that razor-sharp focus. Developing razor-sharp focus is about practicing your no. Practice your no. All these demands coming in, other people's demands, your own mind's demands, saying, okay, look, it's time for me to scroll social media. It's time for me to be distracted. It's time for me to look for easy, pleasurable things to do. No, no, no. Practice your no. Practice saying no to other people. Practice saying no to your mind's distractions. And when you practice no, you can actually then say yes to the things that really matter. And that's what focus is all about. As I said earlier, being an empath, being somebody that cares for other people, being somebody that wants to look after other people and help other people. Sometimes you have to look after yourself and learn to say no so that you can prioritize the things that are most important to you. You have a finite amount of time. Time is limited, as I've said. So practicing your no is a very, very important, powerful tool so that you can then say yes to the things that really matter. Practicing your no could mean say no and not feel guilty and not feel any regret or guilt, and being comfortable with saying no. Saying no could mean actually having control over your phone and being very clear about when you check your phone, putting your phone in another room, or sort of having a practical strategy where you say to yourself, okay, I only check my phone at these specific times. I'm going to do my work for this period of time, and then I have very, very specific times and a specific rules around when I allow myself to be distracted, right? And it's almost like a treat, but you have to be very clear about those rules. And the thing that I would say is you have to write that down. Write down what your personal rules are around distraction, around the use of your phone, and practice that idea of saying no. And finally, I would like to give you this idea about developing razor sharp focus through making sure that every day of your life you have a compelling plan. Make a compelling plan. What does that mean? If we come back to that quote once again, if you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else does. It's too easy to be distracted by your phone, by social media, by other people's demands, by things coming in, and you're just this sort of person just going with wherever the wind takes you, and it doesn't really matter because you don't really know what you want. You don't really have a plan for your life. So when you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else obviously does. So get really clear, make a crystal clear vision about what you want out of life. Okay, what do you want to achieve in the next 10 years? What do you want to achieve in the next 5 years? What do you want to achieve in this year? In 1 year, what do you want to achieve? And you've got to understand this, right? And this is the most important thing, that one day, if you can get one day right, if you can plan, what do you want to actually achieve today? What do you want to get done today? The importance of a day is the importance of a lifetime. The importance of the day is the importance of an entire lifetime. What do I mean by that? Getting the day right means you can get your lifetime right. Because a day, getting one day right, a day leads and becomes a week, weeks become a month, months become a year, years become your lifetime. So essentially, the unit of time that you've got to really plan for is just one day, getting one day right. And when you have a plan for each day and you get that one day right, you execute that one day brilliantly well in a focused way, that builds up, that builds that momentum to that week, that month, that year, and that lifetime vision. So all you've got to do is make a compelling plan every day for that day. Today, what do I want to get done? What's the most important thing that I want to get done? And the reason why I said compelling plan is because don't make it a plan where, it's so, the things that you want to do in that day are all things that are hard and difficult and you don't really want to do it and you have to force yourself. Add in some rewards, add in some breaks, plan it in a way where it's also fun, but where the important things that you've got to get done, you get done first, and then you can reward yourself with a little bit of distraction or pleasure or whatever it may be. So I hope that serves you well. Those 3 ideas, once again, to tell you three things to cut through distraction in the age of distraction that we live in. Number 1, value your time. Value your time. Have the awareness that time is finite and we're not here forever. So really value the preciousness of time. Number 2, practice your no. Learn to say no to the demands of other people and the demands of your own mind when you want to get distracted. Learning to say no so that you can say yes to the things that really, truly matter. And number 3, make a compelling plan. Have a plan for your life, for your day, for your week that can lead on to having a very successful life and really getting the valuable things that you want to get done. Most importantly, value your time. People say time is money, time is money. They say that all the time. You hear it all the time. Time is money, time is money. Time is not money. Time is, you can make money, you can lose money, make money, lose money. Money comes and goes. But bring me 1 second back. Bring me 1 second back. Once time is gone, it's gone forever. It's immeasurably precious. So value your time and cut through the distractions. Thank you.